what a writer can learn from a painter is I always use the first page of A Farewell to Arms with my students to tell them, if you look at that first page, by that time, what Hemingway is doing is the same thing Cézanne is doing, which is to take, well, you got this from Gertrude Stein, of course, as well, but to take the word and to, not to say anything without going word by word, in other words, it's like the strokes in Cézanne. You don't do sky like a wash. You arrive at sky by the strokes. It's like Gertrude Stein too. And that if you do that, and sometimes a repetition is the equivalent of a repetition like strokes in Cézanne, and the leaves with this, and then the leaves with the trees with this, and so on. So you're going word by word to do it. And for a long time, there's no color until suddenly you come across a line that says, the water was swiftly moving and blue in the channels, which is fantastic because that's like the tint that comes in a wash or part of a Cézanne, in which suddenly the thing leaps out of you. Well, this technique of knowing exactly what tint you mean in terms of a landscape, whether it doesn't have to be bright, it can be dull, but I mean the color, the tint and hue of the color, if you know exactly what you want, then because if you have painted, you know that the grays that you're doing is something that may have purple in it, then when you put the word gray down as a word in a poem, or maybe even in a work of fiction, when you put that word down, having painted, then you know that you're talking about a gray with purple in it. I think that comes through. I think a writer can concentrate to the degree where he uses an ordinary noun, but there's more to it. That's in Hemingway and Stein, that the same noun is so loaded with what the writer is thinking that it has more planes than just the noun itself.